Hey, how's it going, everybody? Thanks for checking out Exile State Comics. I'm Justin, doing a haul for new books that came out, new comics that came out on June 8th. That's today. It's New Comic Book Day. It's our favorite day of the week, right? Comic book people, our comic book fans, people, whatever you want to say, our week starts on Wednesday. That's how it normally goes. Uh, Something different for this video. I'm using a headset just because I'm having some weird audio picking up in some of my videos, so I was going to use this while I try to sort that out. I don't know what I need to do. Something. I'll figure it out. I will. It'll happen. So, as usual, what we'll do here is we'll go through the books that I got this week. Didn't get a ton of books. Kind of cut down and went for like quality of what I actually wanted to read this week. And after the books, we'll go over the comments from last week's haul. So stick around after the video after that. Also, leave a comment and I'll read it in next week's haul. That's how this stuff works. Super super easy. All right. So, the books. What do we get on Comic Shop News this week? Captain Kidd. Oh, I've heard some crazy stuff about this one. I have heard some crazy stuff about this one. Kind of want to check that book out when it comes out. Who is putting that out? Mark Wade. Oh, it's Aftershock. Yeah, I'm definitely checking that out. If you know, go back, watch some older hauls maybe. Books I picked up from Aftershock. It's a really great company. If you haven't picked anything up from them yet, go ahead and check them out. And Captain Kidd looks great. It's an older guy, but when he transforms into his superhero self, not sure how that happens. He becomes Captain Kidd. It's a younger guy, so that's kind of cool. All right, books this week. DC starting with. We got Detective Comics 934. So this picks up. If you've got 933, boom, you can put this right in afterwards. Well, I guess you got to put the New 52 run in there. Or I guess you can put Detective. Yeah, the New 52 run of Detective Comics you can put in there, and then this one will go after that. I know. But really cool cover here. I don't know. The Red Robin costume is now more of a Robin costume. It looks like Tim's Robin costume, except that the cape is green instead of black, and he's got two R's for Red Robin, I guess. No, not too. I don't know about it. This one looks awesome though. Like, look at that. That is a great shot of Batman jumping in there. I'm just gonna zoom in and out for 10 minutes and see if that makes anybody sick. It might. It might. All right, next picked up Flash Rebirth #1. Really, really pumped about this one. If you read the DC Universe Rebirth with the things that happen in that, this one should tie in more so than the books that came out last week that made no mention of anything that really happened in Flashpoint. Or not Flashpoint, in Rebirth. I'm holding Flashpoint. Stuff changes. Yeah, it happens. So who is doing this book? It is. I have not even cracked it open to look. It is Joshua Williamson is doing the writing. And Carmine is doing the art here. Carmen? Let's see. Some crazy stuff. I'm just giving you a big blown up shot so you can see, get an idea of what's going on in the books, or get a feel for the art if you haven't made it to the comic book store yet or not sure what you want to pick up that came out this week. Alright, next from Image, I picked up Faster Than Light, issue #7. This is a great series. I actually was able to talk to Brian Haberlin, the creator of Faster Than Light, I guess a week or two before issue 6 came out, and that's up over on comicbook.com's YouTube channel. So definitely check that out. It was a great interview, just how he came up with this story, and that he really has had this story since, what do you say, like the early 90s. So he's been working on this one, or maybe it was early 2000s. So he's been working on this one for a while. It's a great book. It's set like nowish, maybe a few years in the future, not too far. Um, we're going out into space. We figured it out. There's a whole thing behind how we figured it out and things like that. But just a really really solid series. Really enjoying it. The first trade's out, so you could grab it in 2 issues and you're caught up. Um, Definitely check it out if you haven't. I know there were some. All right, I know there were other Rebirth titles this week. There was Aquaman, Wonder Woman, and Action Comics. But Action Comics I wouldn't normally buy anyway. I don't normally buy Aquaman and I was on and off with Wonder Woman buying that, but I just kind of chose not to get it. I kind of regret it because as I'm paying for my books, the comic book shop owner is like, "Oh yeah, by the way, the Wonder Woman ties in too to the overarching story." Oh yeah, I'm like, "Oh yeah, baby Darkseid." Crap. Oh well. So whatever. All right, Marvel. I cut it short with Marvel this week. Let me just say this. Because of Civil War 2, like the main book's great. Great main book. But or actually because of Secret Wars. Go back to Secret Wars that we just finished not too long ago. All the tie-in books, all those war zones and blah battle worlds and all that stuff. Realistically, 90% of them were pointless unless you just really like the characters in them. So I'm kind of doing that with Civil War this time around. I'm not going to buy all the bloody tie-ins. Like Civil War 2, Gods of War. Even though it's written by Dan Abnett and I kind of want to see what's going on, it's like Hercules is in that. He's not really. I've never really picked up any Hercules books, so it's not something that I'm drawn to. Now, there is also Civil War 2 Amazing Spider-Man #1 came out this week, but it's a 1 of 4. These are mini-series. I'm not going to pick them up. I'm just going to wait for the trade after this event's done, and if I need them then, I'll pick them up then. But as far as all these little, I'm not gonna get caught up in the tie-ins. Now, if there was a Daredevil, if there was Civil War 2, Daredevil #1, I would pick that up. Also, just to let y'all know, you probably already figured this out, but Marvel has a new imprint, Timely Comics, which was originally what Marvel was. But they're releasing these, like this week Daredevil came out, I think it was like Doctor Strange and something else. But they're like $3 books, and what they do is they take the first 3 issues of the current run, like the one that came out today. Like I said, there was a Timely Comics Daredevil #1 that came out today. But what it was is it's the first 3 issues of the Charles Soule run in that one book for $3. So I mean that's a good deal. But I didn't buy it because I've already got those issues. But a great jumping on point. I think it's cool they're doing that. It gives everybody a place to start with these stories. If you missed them or you're just now walking into a comic book store for the first time, you're like, there's a Doctor Strange movie. I want to read a Doctor Strange book. Boom, here's one for $3 and you get 3 issues. You can't really beat that if you're new to it. Sadly, I have all those bloody books, so there's no point in me buying the Timely one. I don't think there's any extras in there. I didn't flip through it all, but it's okay. So, past that little rant, here is Daredevil issue #8. We're starting a new story arc now. The Electro one was pretty short, but this is Blind Man's Bluff. Really cool cover here. We got, Matt Murdock, Daredevil, sitting at a craps table with a DD logo and 2 ladies on each side there. So, cool. And of course, we got some villainous eyes. Somebody's watching him. Yeah. So it looks pretty good. I'll show you something. I'm sorry. I get caught up watching, watching Daredevil. I'm watching it. I'm telling you, I'm watching it. So, high stakes poker with DD, which is a little. He's a human lie detector, so he's gonna know if you're bluffing. I would not sit across the poker table from Daredevil. Just wouldn't do it. And next, I picked up Thunderbolts issue #2. Because this book is, I think Aaron, the editor or the editor-in-chief over at comicbook.com, had mentioned that this, or maybe it was Jesse from JLS Comics, had mentioned that this kind of had the most feel, like it's kind of got a 90s feel to it, like 90s action books, like the original Thunderbolt series, but it's also the only book that has any carryover from Standoff, because Kubik's on this team. So, what? I mean, just bam, right there. It's crazy art. This book looks great. Let me find you something else that's cool. Yeah, great. So yeah, this book is nuts. So, all right, that is all the comics I picked up this week. Not many, but like I said, I went for more of what I really wanted to read, more so than just stuff that's out that I would have normally picked up. So, all right, let's go through the comments from last week. We got Remember Porkins. What's up, man? He said, I'm gonna try Aquaman again and see what happens. Cool. let us know. That would be awesome. Because well, no, Jeff Johns, like that, his run on it with New 52, a lot of people really liked that and thought the story was strong. So I'm interested to see what direction they're going to go because we did see him in Rebirth. So I want to see if that plays over. So let us know, man. That'd be awesome. All right, Jack Yo, what's up, Jack Yo? Said I wouldn't pick up any DC Rebirth titles even if they were $1.99. I promise you it will be the same boring DC, and your spending will increase over 60% on all the double shipping. Yeah, because they're gonna go double. Like, yeah. My thing with the double though is that it seems like most of them are gonna be like one week it's one storyline, and then the next issue is a different storyline, and then so it's like every other issue is a continuation of a storyline. You know what I'm saying? So it's like issue 1 is this, issue 2 is a different story, issue 3 is the same story as issue 1, issue 4 is the same story as issue 2. See how that's going to go? I've heard that. So if that's how it is, then you can just pick them up every like once a month, or you don't have to pick up the second one that came out in the month because it's not the story that you give a crap about. I know that'll mess you up on numbers, but it's a way to look at it. He goes on to say, the lower price tag means less money for the lower and mid-level creators who don't have contracts. This leads to poor quality by month 3 or 4. By that time, the twice a month will disappear, and $3.99 will return to the main books. Batman, Superman, blah blah blah. It's very possible, man. You know how fluid these things are and how quickly they'll change. Because just look at DCU. That lasted for how long? A month or two, and then they like swept it under the rug. And they were like, no, DCU, we don't know what you're talking about. So, but good points, Jackio. We'll see what happens as it plays out. I'm not pumped about having to buy like 2 of the same book every month. Like they've been doing that with Spider-Man over at Marvel, and it's killing me. It's killing me. It made me drop the book because I was just the story wasn't amazing. And it was coming out every week or every other week. It was ridiculous. Sorry. All right, next we got the Comic Fool. What's up, Comic Fool? How you doing, man? Said thanks for the shout out, bro. What's your favorite title of the new Rebirth issues? Well, I haven't read these yet, but so far, Green Arrow from last week by far was my favorite one. I also got Superman and Batman. Neither one of those really seemed like a rebirth or something like massive changed, whereas the Green Arrow book had a completely different feel from the New 52. Like, New 52 did not feel like Oliver Queen at all. This one book, DC Rebirth, Green Arrow, that one book brought it all the way back, and it made it feel like Oliver Queen again. So that would be my choice. Hopefully the Flash is equally awesome this week, and Detective Comics. Did you notice these titles were a bit darker than usual? The background was looking great, dude. Oh, thanks. Yeah, they were a little bit, but DC's been so dark for so long now that I don't know. I don't know if I would notice if it actually got darker unless people started like actually killing people in their books, you know. So, but awesome, man. I look forward to seeing your haul this week too. And let's see, Suburban Neon Weekend. What's up, Suburban Neon Weekend? He says, I've only read Batman and Superman out of all the rebirths this week. In my opinion, Batman was the superior read. I didn't really read the New 52 run, and I felt really lost with Superman's rebirth. Yes, if you didn't read the death of the New 52 Superman, which took place over the last month or two of his run, then yes, you would feel a little lost with our old pre-New 52 Superman being there and talking about him being dead and stuff. Like, there was so much going on in that book that you would need some background. So I completely feel you on that one, man. Hopefully the other ones going forward will be better. Especially the Flash, like I said, with it being so tied into that Rebirth book. So we'll see what happens. But that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Go ahead and like, subscribe, do that thing. Like I said, leave a comment below, and I'll read it next week. Let me know what you picked up, what Rebirth titles you're jumping in, and let me know if those Civil War II tie-ins, like Amazing Spider-Man and Gods of War, if those are any good. All right? So, all right, everybody. Have a good one. I'll be back soon. Thanks for watching.